I am iPaintCreatures. Artist, poet, painter, storyteller, imaginatarium, and the creator of the Epic Storyverse Experience, Matsuu. And I don't make art for algorithms. I don't tell stories for algorithms. I make art and tell stories for souls, for spirits who know that there is so much more to this living experience than just existing. I make art and tell stories for misfits and dreamers, the ones deemed too shy and quiet or too loud, the ones that have been told, you're strange, you're weird, you're too emotional, you're too wild, you're way too much or not enough. For the youth that scribble and scratch and draw on the back of detention forms. And all of you elders out there who've forgotten, it is your right to dance and sing every moment of your life. For incarcerated youth and spirit seekers and outcasts, and the ones that are deemed black sheep and felt way too deeply and couldn't find a place to belong. IPC stands for remembrance. The remembering that all of us have the ability inside of ourselves to rejuvenate and resurrect our creative resilience in everyday life, to use our imagination, our deep sight within ourselves, to solve any of our problems, move through any of our barriers, and live that painted poetic symphony, that life. Be that being who we already are. And this isn't about becoming an artist. I don't tell stories and do my art to inspire people to be artists. I inspire you to be that phenomenal, incredible, supernatural being you already are. I call you the you-babs, the ultimate badass beings, because you're alive. You made it on through, you survived, you're here now. And that means you're worthy of living out your painted poetic symphony, your own personal story. So I've learned through the story of Matsuu that each water creature here on the planet has been given a story stone. It's like a poetic compass deep down inside yourself, the one that talks to you and gives you intuitive leads and gives you that imaginative sight that sees only your path and the way you can live. And when the world gets loud and noisy and judgmental and puts all these false identity constructs on you, that story stone, it gets tarnished. It dims its light and its sound. So you can't hear yourself. You can't see from your inward sight of who actually you already are. And so when it gets tarnished like that, most of us feel lost. At a point in my life, I felt really lost. And through the creation of Matsuu, I learned about this story stone. And I started to learn through the characters and the creatures in this epic storyverse experience of Matsuu, that's how you regain your remembrance of this sight from the story stone, your own vision, get back your own poetic guidance from that GPS inside you. And it comes through sound and light and the mythic dimension of story portals. And that's what Matsuu has become. Through the stories, through the characters, through the mission of making this art and sharing this new vision of entertainment that engages you and doesn't distract you, inspires you, instead of lets you escape, and heals you instead of lets you hide. It's where you get that memory back. You start to learn how to untarnish and shine that story stone within and project it forward as your painted poetic symphony. And so you get guidance to remembering your own sight from the story stone. And it's done in a fantastical, fun way. It's in the tradition of iconic franchises, entertainment enterprise franchises like Star Wars and Star Trek, and Harry Potter and the Marvel Universe, and Pixar. And so this is an opportunity, because we live in such the incredible time with the technology, for me to even speak with you directly like this and really, communicate my mission of this new vision of entertainment. And it's interactive, and that's why I call it the Epic Storyverse Experience of Matsuu. It's just not a story, coming across on a 2D screen. It allows you to get involved, allows you to come along and even co-produce and really be a part of the mission. So support Symphony 2, Sight from the Story Stone, and come along for the journey. I'm gonna keep coming back and making these videos as I get clearer and clearer with my sight from the Story Stone and the Symphony 2 and the movement that starts to naturally and spontaneously and beautifully and divinely and creatively just blossom. So thank you for listening. Hit the QR code, come along for the mission, and communicate. Put some comments down below. Tell me about your story stone. Tell me, this is the fun way and the new vision of being entertained. Thank you. Peace, blessings. Have an incredible, incredible day ahead of you. Heal the past, move forward, expand, and be extraordinary. And like Ra from the Epic Storyverse Experience of Matsuu, the character, he says, be funkafied and free. Yeah!